All right. Good morning. And
Good
here we
morning.
are ready for the next episode of the Cultivator Culture podcast. We are very
Oh my
fortunate.
gosh.
What?
Hold on. I see a star.
Oh,
Hadouken.
come
How good
on.
Love
was
it.
that? How good was that?
We have Casey
Best one
Contreras
yet.
on with us this morning. Thank you for joining us, Casey.
Of
We
course.
we have been trying to get you on the show for a bit because you know with flag football and being one of the first very successful flag football players in Steinbrenner history. Um, I don't know if you've been following, but Coach Greg and the Steinbrenner Warriors just moved past the Plant Panthers in the regional quarterfinal game after losing in the district championship. But let's talk about that. But I do want to start the show off with an apology. If that's okay with everybody. Okay.
Did you bet? Did you bet in Vegas against us?
Why would you
Oh,
say
okay.
that? That's
Just
so
making sure.
interesting. But I Friday night, I coached both of my sons for flag football. And flag football, sometimes you can have incidental contact. And would you agree? Incidental contact happens, right? And
Yep.
you let it go. But would you both agree a tackle is considered when the two people not only collide, but one ends up on top of the other? Like there's
Yes.
sizable
Yep.
force.
That's usually how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
Seen a few of
And
those.
and if that happens multiple times, then that should be penalized at some point in time.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be
Okay. Good.
penalized every time.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So I'm not unreasonably thinking that. So I'm in our flag football game with my older son. This happens, and I'm not upset at the kid. I'm not really upset at the coach. I'm just saying, look, talk to your guy, make sure you figure it out. And I'm trying to get Case and Bird, who is the commissioner of the league, involved just to make sure that that's we get
Addressed.
that, yeah, and clarified. Well, as I'm calling for him, this lady in a green shirt is standing on the flagpole, like the base of the
On top of
flagpole,
it?
and they're holding it like this, right? And pointing at me and yelling, you don't know what you're talking about. Your kids are doing the same thing. And meanwhile, here I am. I have no idea that she's doing this. I look over and all I see is a woman in a green shirt with a flagpole
It's
on
not
the
gonna end
whole,
well.
yeah, pointing.
Yikes.
So yeah, I, at which point I did a good job. I controlled myself at the beginning. I said, you know what, forget it. Let's keep playing. Come on, guys. So we get going and playing, and I could have let it go, but we end up scoring on that drive. And there's incidental contact in the end zone. And I look up to where the lady is standing at the flagpole, and I go, hey, where's the lady in the green shirt? That is not a tackle. That's incidental contact. And
So childish.
I'm childish. I should have let it go. But at which point, then she fires back with some stuff. And now I'm like on fire. And Case and Bird had to actually say, do not talk to the parents. And I was like, you know what? I'm backing off now. Because I found out later that that was her son that was tackling our kids. But it's all a safety thing. So I was like, you know what? Either way, it set me off. I was an absolute maniac on the field the rest of the evening, just being too overly competitive, fist pumping. Yeah, take that. Right. And I felt very embarrassed for myself. So I want to start off today with an apology. Lady in the green shirt, I'm sorry I yelled at you. My bad. Simple. Right? But let's get back to the business at hand. Sorry, guys. Sorry,
I'm
guys.
glad you got that off your chest.
I had to
That's
get off
good.
my chest because
Yeah.
that wasn't great. But let's go back. Let's go on to more important business.
Here we have with us Casey Contreras.
No, 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 stop it. We want to talk about first and foremost, let's talk about Wednesday night, Plant High School.
Yes.
Okay. We are down to the wire.
Wire was down.
I mean, to the last play.
Yes.
Okay. Walk us through what happens in that last play, Coach Greg.
Ooh, so Plant punts it away. They run the clock down.
Okay.
We get the ball back and basically there's 5 seconds left when they stop us. We're getting ready to go out. Like, it's going to be overtime. We know that. They know that. However, you still coach till the end of the regulation, right? And we noticed a couple of their coaches. Puckett's talking to a couple of their girls. Great coach. Do a great job against us, planning wise. But we noticed that their defense isn't really in like a prevent situation. So we told our freshman quarterback, KK, who's had a phenomenal season, and she's got a killer arm, throws the ball 40 to 50 yards in the air. Whoa. And we just say, hey, listen, they're not deep. Let's just run flies down the sidelines and throw it up and see if we can get to it. More than likely, we're going overtime. So we send our fastest girls down the sideline. Aaliyah Pitts hits a second gear when the ball gets in the air. Ball traveled 46 yards in the air. It was phenomenal. And she just came down with it all alone. And it was wild. It was surreal. Like, did that just really happen?
Yeah.
So half our team didn't know if we were allowed to go on the field to celebrate because we still had regulation. They didn't announce if the game was over. So half the team celebrating, half's on the sideline. Like, what do we do? What do we do? Is that it? So it was cool. It was one of the neatest ways to end a game I think I've ever seen.
Awesome. So who do you guys get next?
We will be playing the defending state champion, Alonzo Ravens.
Oh, we talked about that last week.
Given up 13 points in 17 games this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Phenomenal. They're pretty
phenomenal. We talked about last week. One thing that I really thought was awesome. You said, when I said good luck, you said, I don't need luck. Do you remember what you said?
I don't.
You said, I got warrior power. I was like, we got it. And so
nice.
I was calling it. Remember, I called it. I said, we're winning this one. We're beating them, but we are coming off of a district championship loss. So the conversation last week was, aside from Ted Lasso, was what was the conversation in the huddle at the end of the game last week? Well, interestingly enough, on the other side of the coin, what was the conversation with the girls at the end of this game?
It was really quite simple. We talked about your highs not being too high, your lows not being too low, and just doing what you do. The message this week was to compete, complete, and continue. So the whole concept was compete every play, complete the game, start to finish. And then if you are able to do those things, you'll continue on and play again. So
very Ted Lasso-ish.
So the
compete,
complete,
continue.
And then I said, I don't really have much I need to say. You guys feel exactly how I feel. So go be classy, and we'll see you at practice tomorrow morning.
Nice. Does this game go down as one of your favorite moments in Steinbrenner flag football history?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good one.
Where does it
definitely
rank?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Definitely top 5.
Nice. Well, here we go.
Higher.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Miss Casey Contreras.
Yes.
Being one of the pioneers. We're talking about pioneers also of flag football, not just at Steinbrenner, but just in general as the game has evolved. Tell us about your experiences at Steinbrenner. First, let's start off with what your favorite memory of Steinbrenner flag football is.
Yeah, I think my number one has got to be beating Alonzo still. I think that was something that we we always would talk about, we worked on for, I mean, the whole time I was going to Steinbrenner and I was playing flag. And yeah, Adrian Lucetta got the pick six in like the last possession or maybe their last possession of the game. It was right near the end and we just went absolutely nuts. We FaceTimed Jackie after and we were telling her everything too. So that was definitely like that was a highlight for sure.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
had you played flag football prior to coming to Steinbrenner?
I did. I played I want to say throughout middle school. I think it started in like sixth or seventh grade.
Was it
I
available
just
to you
play.
at school, or did you have to play like Pirates Bay, if that was around, or like Under the Lights or Rise or any of that
I
stuff?
think I did an I-9. I just did
Oh
like
yeah.
a co-ed I-9 league. Um I never got into like yeah, under the lights or anything like that. I don't know why or maybe it wasn't really a they had a girls team at that point. I don't know. But I
Okay.
did actually email Martinez Middle School. So that's where I went to middle school. And
Okay.
at that time it was only guys flag football. And I was like, "Hey, like is it like can I be co-ed? Like can girls come try out?" And they told me no. So,
Wow. Right.
yeah.
You probably would have made it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
interestingly,
definitely would have.
like, and that was only so many years ago. When did you graduate high school?
21. And actually they made a girls flag football team the year after I left
Yeah.
Martinez.
Yep.
So,
Last week we talked about a lot of the evolution of flag football. There's a lot of firsts happening because it's going into the Olympics.
mhm.
Because now it's starting to move on into the NCAA. They've got a
Yeah.
national team and world rankings. You and we were talking about pioneers, trailblazers, and you are absolutely the perfect person for the show today because you are in that path. Tell us what your path in flag football was after you left Steinbrenner High School.
Yeah, I had a couple options. I almost went to UF to continue playing on a more competitive level there. So they have a really good club team and obviously, you know, um they're a pretty good coach, I guess. Um, but I chose to come to PBA. I really felt more comfortable about this school, and I was excited for the opportunities here. And since then, I've really just been playing some intramurals whenever I can. We do this school-wide competition every January. It's called Sailfish Cup, and it's a bunch of different sports that each dorm competes in. And flag football is one of them. So far, Watson Hall, or I guess me personally, every dorm that I've been in, has been undefeated in a flag football game. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's been fun. I definitely miss it. I wish I could play even more, but it's crazy to see how little people know about like flag football being a varsity sport. Like I would tell people like, "Oh yeah, I played this. I played in high school," and they're like, "Oh, that's like a varsity sport where you are. That's so cool." And they're like, "I think like I heard a couple schools near me doing it, but I think they were all like it's just kind of starting. It's just building." And so people are starting to hear more about it. But yeah, it's been cool to kind of bring some of that energy here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, there not only is it here, like or it's coming, it's here. And in
Yeah.
fact, at Steinbrenner, um, Coach Greg has just landed his first um, college recruit for
Wow.
yeah, for Steinbrenner's program. And I think it's the beginning of a whole process and a whole
Yeah.
new avenue. Now, again, it only a couple years removed, a lot has changed, but you would have
Yeah.
absolutely been, one of the ones that would have one of the girls that would have played for a scholarship and had a shot at the national team and had a done all of the amazing things that flag football is doing now. And currently, Coach Greg has got a girl named KK who's the quarterback, who is on the path to
Mhm.
the USA national team. He's got a girl who just landed a college scholarship to play flag football.
We've
But
got a second player who just made the Team USA
yes,
U17 team.
sorry,
So that's
Well,
that's
no, it's all
what.
right.
So what's her name?
Kate Smith.
That's it, Kate Smith. So we have two, and we have a first
mhm.
college recruit, but all of those things don't happen without the energy that players like you brought, years and competition, right? And completion and continuation. You see how I did that? That Coach Greg brought to you guys in your day when it was just a varsity and club sport. Now tell me, even at that time, obviously, if you care about something, you pour your heart into it. And you did it because it's the love of the game. Now, because of money and notoriety, things are changing. Tell us if you had Kate, if you had KK, if you had the other girls that we have at Steinbrenner, tell them what you would do, or give them some advice about their path in flag football in high school.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, first thing that comes to mind is just don't take it for granted. I think, I mean, years just fly by, but especially high school, it's quick, and the time that you get to spend at Steinbrenner and with that team is just, it's a great time. And so I would say, like, just be present and in the moment, and like take every single moment, like, and appreciate it for what it is. Because like if I could go back and play there again, I would. So it's like, it's just something that I feel like just moves by pretty quickly. And I think especially when you have offers coming in and you have like these different opportunities coming up, you're like ready to move on to the next thing. You're like, oh, this is so exciting. I want to go and try out this, and I want to be on Team USA, and it'll just move even quicker. So yeah, my number one advice would just be to take all the instruction you can now and apply it, like make mistakes now so you can fix them, and then you'll just be even better once you get to that level.
Casey came in a lot like Andre Washington in the sense that it was the first week of school, and she just shows up in my room and, hey, are you the flag football coach? I'm Casey Contreras. I think she had an ankle or a wrist brace on because she had an injury. Is it ankle?
I did. Yeah, it's my ankle,
And I'm like,
ankle.
legitimately, I'm like, who's this freshman kid who gets injured and comes in and trying to tell me she plays flag, and went on to have one of the best careers, obviously in school history. She's the all-time receptions leader, all-time yardage leader on offense. She is the all-time flagpole leader, all-time interceptions leader. She had 15 receptions in one game, which is kind of crazy because the clock doesn't stop for the majority of the game. So, and she did in a time where her records are from when we played 9-game seasons. We're playing 15-game seasons now in the regular season, and they're still holding up. So it's going to take a tough task to get some of those knocked down, but ended up the Bill Minahan Award winner for the county, which is a massive leadership award, was the Happy Home Center Flag Football Player of the Year. And it was such a weird time because it was like just post-COVID. So we go in for the award ceremony, and we all have to wear masks. And
you can't touch the trophy. You're like,
we had like a 10-second window we could all take our masks off and get together for a picture.
Yeah.
But so excited for you, so proud of everything you've done to help lay the foundation of this program. And you weren't one of the first teams in our program, but I think you're one of the first groups of young ladies who really laid the foundation for what we've built over the past few years. So loved your leadership, appreciate you always. And I want to know so many things. So many things. Your grandfather played baseball. Your father was a heck of a baseball player, Rocky.
Yes.
Was there a softball future for Casey Contreras?
They wanted there to be, for sure. I did play softball. I think that was the first sport I got into. They just threw me in a league, me and my brother. I mean, he played baseball, but they were like, this is the one, like, this is the sport that we're gonna do. But they found out pretty quickly that I'm a bad listener. So, so I played that for a few years, and then I tried almost every sport. I think the only ones were like volleyball and lacrosse that I never got around to, but I just kind of bounced around. I was trying out everything, and I kind of would like it for a little. I'd stop for a little and be like, ah, I actually don't. Softball, I love. I actually still to this day love watching baseball. It's probably one of my favorite sports to watch. Weirdly, that's nobody's answer ever, but
Mhm.
I do love it, but it was just not something that I felt passionate about. Like I wasn't excited to play. I wasn't excited to go practice or anything. And that was true for a lot of the other sports I tried out,
Yeah.
except for flag football. So,
Well, are you a football fan now
oh
that you've
yeah.
played?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a football fan. I'm a basketball fan. Like I like all sports, but baseball I think it ranks number one for me. I don't know why, it just always has.
Who's your
It's,
favorite
it's
football
my
player of
favorite
all
now.
time?
Favorite football player of all time? Oh man, that's a hard question. I feel like being from Tampa, I gotta go Mike Evans, but Gronk
Mm,
makes me laugh, so
those are
so I don't
good.
know.
Tell us what you're doing now. What's the plan and the future for Casey Contreras?
Yeah, I'm studying international business, so hopefully a lot of traveling in my future, but I don't know, honestly. People ask me this a lot and I kind of have a number of different answers because I feel like my passions or like my ideas change pretty frequently.
Mhm.
With business, it's hard to be like, I mean, some people know exactly what they want to do, but some people, I mean, you're just kind of seeing the best opportunities that come up, and that's kind of my plan. I think end game, I would love to own my own company. That would be awesome, but um yeah, as of now, I'm just trying to learn and figure out what my strengths are in business, and I don't really see myself as a finance girl, but who knows? Who knows?
T-
So,
Tell me,
um
what your best or your favorite lesson, something that sticks with you even to today, that you learned, even though you're not a good listener, like you said, that's from
no, that was
from
the old me. That was when I was young.
from Coach Greg, not just from flag football, but from him as a teacher, and having so much time and experience with you. What is one thing that he said to you that still sticks with you?
I want to say even more than just what like this isn't something that he specifically said, but I think one of the biggest things I learned from him was to just not take myself so seriously. Like he showed me how to have a little more fun out there. Like I'm very hard on myself whenever, I'm competing or I make a mistake. I'm like thinking about it, kind of like, like it'll bug me. And he was always like we pick it up and we keep going. Like he just kept like he would bring me out of that. And yeah, he would always, he's goofy. So we would just have a good time out there
What?
during practice and everything. Yeah, he's goofy. Um
Goofy.
and yeah, it was a good he taught me a good mindset. He taught me a good mindset. I think above everything else was like I could pull myself out of that and just keep competing and keep going in the game. And just forget like each time if there's a mistake, I just move right on and keep
Yep.
going.
Compete, complete,
Complete,
and continue.
continue.
See how I did
Yep.
that? That's the second time I did
You,
this.
Yeah.
I think you are one of the few athletes that always carried themselves. You're strong in your faith, and faith doesn't matter to me in the sense that you can believe whatever you want, do whatever you want. As long as you're a good person, I think that we will get along well. My thing was you always carried yourself um, a step higher than most people, and you had kind of like you didn't let things get to you. You didn't let people change who you were. Was there ever a time during high school or flag football where you left the field like that wasn't me? I'm embarrassed with what I did or how I played or the way I
Yeah.
acted.
Yeah, I want to say it was at oh, there were a couple games where I remember I was just like so frustrated that I was just a little bit more like, like a little rougher on the field. And I think one of the times was at one of Orlando Lakes tournaments. Yeah,
I
I
know
think you know which
exactly
one
what
I'm
you're
talking
talking.
about. I'm pretty sure like I stepped over a girl when I did not have to, and I was like, oh, like immediate regret the second I did that. But I was so frustrated because it was a team that like I thought we were gonna, I mean, I thought we were fine, and it was just a really close game, and they were beating us in a lot of ways that they shouldn't have been. And I was just like, I was mad that like I wasn't coming out more, pulling through more, and I was like mad that like team we weren't working as well together. Like, and I was mad the other team was like they were smack talking a little bit. I was just angry that day, and I remember just being a little bit rougher on the field, and I was like, yeah, that probably wasn't the best look.
Well, there you go. So I'm not the only one that had a green shirt lady moment.
Oh
So
yeah.
so did
No, that one was
Casey.
bad.
There you go.
Yeah.
What people don't know about Casey also is before she went off to school, she actually came and did an internship with me at the clinic.
I
And so
did.
she got to see the ins and outs, but and I've only done it, like, let's be honest, I've only done it a couple times. And I've only done it for a few select, and there's always a high school kid, there's always a college kid that's like, can I come into the clinic and just hang out with you? And can I help out somewhere? But instead of just going, okay, yeah, just, put that over there and, file away these papers,
I
I
think I
try to
yelled at you
make,
too. I was like, you better give this girl a job.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like coach. And ironically, the other two are both of the Patterson kids. And it was
Yeah.
kind of that way too. Rob just texted me, give Dean a job. And then he texted me again a year later and said, give Kyra a job. So I guess okay. But I have people that are requesting all the time. And I'm pretty selective. And so when Coach Greg said, hey, Casey needs some work, but she needs some, just to fill before she goes to school, I was absolutely, let's do this. But while they're there, we always go through a series of like meetings. And parts of the meetings are that we go over a book. And in that book, we go over the summaries and the chapters. And then I start to impart stuff to them that they can take away that has nothing to do with football, but more just with life. We did a book while you were with us. Do you remember the book?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask this. I can't remember the title.
It's pretty easy. You were only with me for a short amount of time, so I can only give you a book that was pretty easy and short read. It was
Yeah.
the five love languages, remember?
Yeah, yes. I
I
knew
thought
it
you were
was
gonna say
something
cat
like
in the
that.
hat.
But
Yes.
but what we do is she'd read a chapter, and every week we talk about it. And then at the end, she'd write me something up, and then we would revisit it. And then, in fact, I still have, which whenever you get back in around, at the end of their time with me, I have
Yeah.
them write a letter to themselves and then open it a year later when they get back. And so we haven't done that yet because I haven't seen you around lately. You're busy down there, but
Yeah.
I try to give them and leave them with things. And I, on the very first day you worked with us, I said, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with this because she's super friendly. She communicates very well. She always has a smile on her face. I said to her, there's one real way that you make connections. Do you remember that conversation? There's only two
Yeah.
factors in making real connections with other people. Do you remember what it is?
Listen. It was like listen to them.
Mm, no.
No, listen to them.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was listen to them and then like um was it emotional intelligence related? Like,
You're getting close. You're getting
yeah.
close. You ready? Here it is for both of you guys. If you want to establish true connections with people, true relationships with people, two factors have to exist. Only these two. Ready? Your heart has to be in the right place. I have to talk to you for the right reasons. I have to speak and listen. That's why you have two ears and only one mouth. That's on that line is I have to have the right heart to go communicate to that person. So that's the first one. The second is I have to be intentional, because if I'm going in there and the intent is to get something from you, or the intent is to piss you off, or the intent is just
Wear
to
a green shirt.
wear a green shirt, then what happens is those you won't create a true connection with that person. You won't create a true relationship with that person, because those two factors are already off. So you're not, when you meet people, sometimes you're like, we totally got off on the wrong foot. And 90% of the time it's because of those two things. You walked up to them because you wanted something, or you walked up with them on accident and you're like, oh, hey. So if you are trying to create true connections, aside from the great the way that you communicate, which is phenomenal, and the smile that you always got on your face, it's go walk up there with the right heart, walk up there intentionally, and you can never go wrong. So that was the very first lesson I gave her. And obviously we're revisiting the message, but in international business, here's why that's important.
International business.
Is you will go to places where cultures are different. You know what I mean? They maneuver and they speak and their rhetoric is different, but
Yeah.
that is always universal. You know when someone is coming up to you with the right intentions, with the right heart and mind. So if you go in the same way, then likewise you can be very discerning, but at the same time you definitely can create the connection, even though there may be a language or a societal or a cultural barrier. So that's your tip for international business.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have a gift for you, Austin.
oh boy.
A story that you don't know exists, I don't think.
Uh-oh.
So a young Casey Contreras, in her first year at PBA, when she kept better contact with me.
I know.
I would think freshman year was the highlight of my communication.
It was not, but there was a highlight from it. It's a unique tradition at PBA. And she had a friend who competed in this unique tradition. Would you like to tell us? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I do. A
The
unique
races?
tradition?
The races?
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got to hear what they do at this school. This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So, the Great American Bug Race is I'm just kidding.
There's the face.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bug race and it happens every year. Usually around November, I don't know. And it's a professor here that started it years ago, and he gets a bunch of cockroaches, and it's sort of like a fundraiser. You get like students buy them to like have them compete. Like you pay for like a competitor, a little cockroach.
You're paying for a
And
cockroach.
yeah, and they put them on this little, like it's tiny. It's like a little table because you put them in the middle, and then you just race to see who goes the fastest, I guess, off the table.
What?
And yeah, and it happens every year. And yeah, a couple of my friends have competed in it, and it's a sight to see for sure.
I would love for you to compete and to send videos at some point.
What the actual heck is that?
It
And
gets
I've
weird over
heard,
here.
and I have heard,
I'm
and
recruiting for
seen
your
some-
college right now.
yeah, let's recruit some cockroaches and make college kids pay for it.
Yeah.
That sounds like the weirdest race ever.
Yeah. It gets a big crowd too every year. People go. I don't know.
Wow. To
Yeah.
cheer on I've never met people that cheered on cockroaches.
Yeah.
But you know
me
what? Listen, we would be lying if we didn't say college was a weird time and a weird place. But I'm definitely not smarter from listening to the Great American Bug.
That's because you
race.
didn't approach it. You didn't approach it with intention and an
Oh.
open heart.
Ooh.
Oh, see what I
Yeah.
did there?
Woo! Woo! Gotta
True.
love it. And I got to make the connection with the cockroaches. I got to do the right thing here. So, okay, so this happens every year.
Yeah, it does.
Yikes. That's insane, and that's incredibly disgusting. Because how do you find cockroaches? Do you raise cockroaches, or are these farm raised? Did they put them on a treadmill?
She's like, why are we doing this?
Did they
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I
Casey,
Go ahead.
name a teacher that has had a massive impact on your life.
Ooh,
We're
Oh, of
just
all
we're just
time?
shifting gears. Yeah, all the time.
shift them.
Shift them.
Oh,
Shift. Shift.
okay. There's a couple that stand out. From high school, I want to say Miss Ordex was a big one. She was my AP US history teacher and AP European history teacher, and those were probably my two favorite classes of my whole time at Steinbrenner, which is crazy. History classes, but
Yeah, you like baseball, you like history class, you like racing
yeah,
cockroaches. This is
I'm
a
a
this
nerd.
conversation has
I'm a
gone
nerd.
dead south. We're definitely not going to
Yeah,
get any more viewers from that.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, probably not.
Ordex does a great job of making her classes exciting for the students.
She does. She does. And she was always just like, she gave me an excitement for learning that I never really had before. So,
Hmm.
um, I mean, I like to learn, but it wasn't like, oh, like I'm excited for this class. I was excited for her classes. So,
I'm interested.
um,
What was her thing? What was the it factor of that teacher that made you interested or excited to learn?
I think she was just really energetic and excited herself, and it was
Hmm.
just contagious. I think she was actually cared about what she was teaching. It wasn't like, teachers who just read off a PowerPoint, which I've had tons of those.
Yeah.
So she just like she really cared about the content and she cared about us and about us understanding and learning the content. And yeah, I just think she did a really great job of, I don't know, making people I don't like just a
So
little bit more energetic and
yeah.
excited.
So her heart was in the right place. She really loved teaching. And she was
She
very
was.
intentional about teaching you guys.
Yeah, she was.
Here we go. Compete, complete,
Complete.
continue.
Continue.
See? And see, even in world, no, in American history, the connections that you make, right? It could be in anything. It could be racing cockroaches.
It could be. Yeah.
If your heart's in the right spot and you're intentional about it, guess what? That connection is there forever, right?
Yeah.
That tell us, Casey, also, because we're on the topic here of favorite teachers and favorite subjects and weird things that you like. Um, we also I last night found out a not a weird skill, but an incredible skill, aside from all of the other skills that you have. Um, and it was via a text from Coach Greg. And he goes, "You'll never believe this. Casey can absolutely sing. Like,
Yikes.
yeah, she's got some pipes." And I was like, "Oh, all right, like that's kind of an odd skill too. Okay, now you don't meet a lot of people who can really put it out." And he goes, "No, it's like recording quality singing. Check out this video." I was like, well, I showed my kids. We were in the car and I showed my kids on
Uh-huh.
the phone and they were ultra impressed. But
Oh.
yeah, they were. But to put you on the spot, because we told you we were going to,
She
we,
sang
Oh God.
that song. That's a song she sang for me
yeah,
because I wanted to play it for my wife for Mother's Day because she's a huge
Yeah.
train fan.
that's it.
And she was like, "Oh my God."
So good. So good. Tell us what your favorite song, if we were at a karaoke place or at a party, if any
Mhm.
like any Filipino party, there's got to be a
Yeah.
karaoke machine. And they're like,
Yes.
next up to the mic, Casey Contreras.
Cockroaches are
What's
cheering.
yeah,
Yeah.
what listen, what is your go-to? What's your go-to in the karaoke bar?
I think anything Ariana Grande is pretty safe for me. I know her
Mm,
songs
That's
like
pretty
too
hard.
well, probably.
She's
Yeah,
hard though.
well,
That's a
she
that's a
is.
tough. Hey, Coach Greg, hey, we're at the karaoke bar. What's your go-to?
I'm Every Woman by Whitney Houston or Barbie Girl.
Stop it. Don't
You
Barbie girl.
stop it. I have fun. I told you.
Barbie girl. Oh my
Come on,
goodness.
Barbie. Let's go party.
I'm never
That
going to that karaoke night.
Why would you do that? We would have so much fun.
would be the best. Listen, I'm a journey guy. I'm a
Oh,
journey
be
guy.
crazy.
Actually, I love to sing. I want a medal on a cruise ship for it. I can't think
Oh,
of. Hold on, I'm trying to think of what
A
it's.
medal. Did you say a medal?
Yes,
Or a
I want a
metal,
karaoke.
like a
Metal,
metal. Oh.
A
metal.
metal.
Uh, I can't think of the song.
He's singing metal.
Oh well, I'll think of it
Hard,
A
and I can
hard
tell
singing,
you.
metal.
a singing metal.
Yes. Have you ever been on a cruise, Coach Austin?
Jeez.
You
It's like,
haven't.
do the cockroaches get medals too for running races? What are
They
we
don't.
doing
The
right now?
humans do.
I
It's
think we should
terrible.
hear a song.
Well, listen, what's your favorite Ariana Grande song?
Well, I gotta pick an easy one to sing at 7 a.m. in the morning if you guys are gonna ask me to sing it.
Are your
Well,
roommates gonna get mad and wake up?
Maybe she is sleeping.
yeah,
Let's do it. Wake her up. Let's
yeah,
get
but
her up.
they might wake up to the sweet sounds of Ariana Grande.
Oh my gosh,
Just
it
do
is so
it.
early.
We're gonna close out the show like this. You're gonna close
Oh,
out with something awesome.
Or you can do that song
Or Barbie Girl.
or the Warriors alma
come
mater.
on, Barbie, let's go party.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Let me
Do
think.
it.
Let me think of a good one.
Okay. We'll give you a
Um,
minute.
yeah,
Meanwhile,
let me
Coach Greg,
ponder.
let,
Yeah,
go
Coach.
for it.
Huskins, you go. You start us off.
I got my driver's license. Remember
Did you
that
say
one?
wait, did you say
That's
Whitney
good.
Houston?
Yeah, Whitney
I'm Every
Houston.
Woman?
I'm every woman.
Holy macaroni. That's a
No,
good one. Anything Whitney Houston is super hard.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
super fun.
Yeah. I mean, Barbie Girl, I get it. I'm with you on that one. That one we might do in duet.
Whitney
But
had a delicious voice. Let's just say.
yeah, it's hard to replicate it. Okay, minute is up. Ready?
Don't doubt me.
Oh, geez. I'm trying to think if I should do one of her classics or one of her new ones.
I
You
just want
should
to hear the pipes. Do it.
just do a song.
Yeah, rip one.
Just
Grip
do
it,
a song.
grip it
Or
and
should
rip
I
it.
sing Driver's License? Now you got me thinking about that one. You guys probably
Yeah.
know that one. That's not Ariana Grande, but I do like that song.
Okay.
You should sing a song that you love.
Yes. But make sure your heart's in the right spot. And then when you
Yeah, I
sing
gotta
it
be
to us, be
intentional about
intentional
it.
about it.
Like this is a quick
Hmm.
movie. Hmm.
Oh, maybe I could do I did a fun one. I have no company. Just gonna sing.
just rip it.
Okay, I just actually posted this one on TikTok, so it's fresh in my mind.
Good.
Sometimes I do little TikTok videos.
Nice.
I try to, but I don't always. I feel like I should do them more. I should go famous.
Should.
You got
Okay.
let's do this.
I'll just sing a little bit. I'm not
What
gonna
is the
sing
song
whole
called?
song.
And who is the
It's Ariana Grande, and it's
Okay.
called "We Can't Be Friends." But it's not really about. It's
dang.
not. It's not
7
about
a.m.?
friendship.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not
Can't be
about.
friends
It's
because you're more than that type thing.
no. It's
Oh.
I think there's a few meanings to it. I think it's her music video says that it's about her divorce, or that's what it looks like. But I'm pretty sure it's also about the publicity that she's gotten in the past year. There's been like a lot of like mean stuff about her in the press, and so some of it's like talking back to that, and yeah, that's what I think it's about. But her music video was it seemed different,
I
but
mean, who listens or watches music videos? I don't even think they make music videos anymore.
Doesn't matter. Let's hear it.
no, they
Oh,
still
yeah,
do.
listen. Coach Greg's
Okay,
on.
gonna make my music video now.
Let's do it.
Okay, jeez, I'll start from yeah. Me and my truth, we sit in silence. Mm. Baby girl, it's just me and you. I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous vibe. Just wanna let this story die, and I'll be alright. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. I'll wait for your love, my love. I'll wait for your love. That's all I got.
Ariana.
Ariana Grande.
That's all I
Ariana
got at
Grande.
7 a.m.
The pipes.
Oh.
We appreciate it. And
That's
listen,
wonderful.
we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for all of your insight. Thank
We
you
need
so
our
Of
parting
course.
words.
Yes.
Yes.
Advice to future warriors.
What is
Yeah.
your advice to the future warriors that are watching this? that are going, who is this, pipe singing gal, Ariana Grande,
Pipe
TikTok
dream.
star, pipe dream.
TikTok star.
That's it. TikTok star. What is your advice to future Steinbrenner warriors?
Or even better, future advice to young ladies, because I
Yeah.
think you are kind of a major hero to a lot of young girls that were coming up through Steinbrenner. And there's seniors now who still talk about you when you were back. They
Yeah.
run over to see you. So what's your advice to, just the young girls out there trying to make their way in a new landscape that basically pioneers in?
Yeah. I love this because I mean, flag football is obviously such a big part of my life, and I just think my biggest piece of advice is just never give up. Like, keep working hard. Keep putting yourself out there, keep joining leagues and playing, and never let anyone tell you like, oh, flag football's not a big thing. Like, this is why are you doing this? You should be focusing on another sport. Like, I think, especially with how it's grown already, flag football could 100% be your future if you want it to be. And yeah, I would just say, just like on the field, I'm always like, that's our ball as much as the offense. Like, I'm always saying that because I'm like, it's not out of bounds. Like, people just won't go for the ball because they're like, oh, it's, we're not offense. We're just pulling the flag. Like, it is our ball when we're out there every time, every play. And I think the same thing applies to life. I think if you're passionate about this sport, like, this can be your sport. And I think that was my story. Like, I tried other sports, but I didn't love them. And I just wanted to play flag football, and that's all I did. That's all my time went to that. I was practicing with Rocky in the off seseason.
That's so funny because I was like, you're such a good athlete. Go try goalie. Go try basketball. And she'd show up to like a tryout and be like, nah, I just want to play flag.
That's awesome. Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate you. Like I said,
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
It's a little out of order.
Good.
But when did it hit you like you were nearing your end? Like, was there a practice or a game where you're like, your moments are winding down? And was it a sad thing? Was it an exciting thing? Were you celebrating, or were you like, this is the worst thing ever? It's over.
Yeah, I think I kind of had selective vision that way because I don't think it really hit me until our last game. And I just bawled my eyes out. I think I was just really waiting on it. I just didn't want to accept the fact that it was going to end soon. And I was just, when you're competing, you're competing. Your biggest focus is the next game, and you're like, how are we going to attack this team? How are we going to win here and do this well? And I think that's just where my head was at. I was just focused on doing the best I could and like each game that I had. And then once it was over, that's when I let it all like loose. I was like, no. But I was blessed. I got an extra bonus couple of games with the All-Star tournament. So I wasn't completely over for me. But yeah, it definitely hit that last game. As soon as the last play happened and they called game, it was like, it's real. It's real.
Super exciting for me. I was just named the assistant coach of the All-Star team this year.
Nice.
So I will get a couple more games with at least one or two of our seniors, which I'm really excited about.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was the coach. He was the coach of the week also.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, if you saw all the social media posts.
Oh yeah.
Coach of the week.
Oh yeah.
It's the program, not me.
Oh please.
It's him.
Mr. Humble. Here we go. But we do appreciate you. I gotta run. I gotta go lift with the other Steinbrenner boys. I can hear them throwing around the tires and plates and stuff out there.
Will you come work out with us when you get back?
Yeah, it sounds good.
We're gonna have a girls group out there soon.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll be back in a couple weeks. So
and we have to open up that letter.
Yeah,
that letter that you wrote to yourself a year ago now, and see. Remember, it was a letter to yourself about where you wanted to be, and we can look at those goals. We can say, hey, we hit them. Let's reset some new ones. Or what do I need to adjust?
It's not going to say at a bug race.
Yeah, definitely not going to be a bug race. But have a great rest of your weekend. We love you very much.
Thank you.
We are appreciative of you. And we will see you when you get back to town in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
All right.
Always good to see you guys.
Always a pleasure. Coach Greggy, lovies. Always.
Love you.
And
Love you guys.
we'll
Love
see
you,
you guys
Case.
soon. Peace.
Peace.